Everyone, we are here with indie filmmaker Anthony Del Negro, and he has a new project that we're going to be talking to him about called the Bermuda Triangle Project. Mark, how are you, man?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for having me, Norm.
Oh, thank you for reaching out and wanting to talk about your project. Can you tell us a little bit about the film?
Well, as of right now, it's starring Sean Whalen. It's a horror mystery thriller. It takes place in Florida, and it's about a group of trust fund misfits who, how can I say it? They're vloggers. They want to document their trip inside the Bermuda Triangle, and only their footage survives. So what happens is the last survivor has the foresight to put every cell phone in a dry bag. They disappeared pre-pandemic. Shortly after the pandemic, say present day 2023, these individuals disappeared around 2018, 2019-ish. So 4 years later, the dry bag washes ashore, and a group of detectives discovers the dry bag, obviously. And when they begin to investigate all of the footage on the cell phones and they follow their leads, they're receiving a lot of opposition from a corrupt police captain, a corrupt political family. So it's very True Detective, House of Cards meets Blair Witch Project, so to say, but on a boat.
It even feels a little bit Zombie 2 and some Cannibal Holocaust in there, but
I'm not familiar with either film, but I'll take your word for it. You're more of an expert than myself. And we also it's just not how can I say it boring. Well, not boring. It's just not a random set of videos that the investigators are looking at. Like, for instance, you watch a lot of movies and every single mystery, they just cut right to the videos. You know what I mean? They just cut right to the pertinent information. The way how I wrote this was, it was like this: is we all have cell phones, okay?
Mhm.
And let's say I disappeared right now. Let's say you disappeared, or any of our viewers disappeared. And let's say the information of your disappearance is on this phone. There's texts in here, there's videos in here that you don't necessarily want investigators of the free world to see. So they say we also throw those in there in terms of some comic relief, to where they see a video, the investigators will see a video that gives them a totally obscure video of them at a party, just acting like complete jackwagons, and it adds some comedy to a pretty, funny thriller mystery type, horror movie. So I'm very happy with what we've done, and I think that I really believe that we have something here. So I think this is my 12th or 13th movie I've been on, and this one just has a different vibe. I'm saying it now. I think that we have something with this.
That's awesome. And right now you are in post-production, correct?
That is correct. Yes, we are going to do some pickup scenes. We are going to be the basically we wrapped in Florida as it stands right now, and this is just the type of team we have right now with the footage we have in Florida. We could very easily cut an 80-minute movie with Sean Whalen, just taking place in Florida. Basically, Sean Whalen plays a serial killer, and his brother's a United States senator. And with the footage we have now, we have a very good sales agent with Jared Shafir. We could get pretty good distribution right now that most people will be happy with, but we're a group of perfectionists. So we are going to be filming some pickup scenes in Washington, D.C., filming the senator and his wife. And we are going to be doing some pickup scenes in Los Angeles at Lux Angeles Studios, which is partnered with Shafir Entertainment, because we are looking to add some additional sales names to add that extra punch to get that better distribution deal. So, yeah.
Excellent. And when was the original shoot?
The original shoot, believe it or not, was in September. We tried some people out. I've been doing this for a while, and I guess that this could I don't want to go on any tangents, but I'll just say that's my old school grandfather clock going off in the background. Sorry,
Okay, that's
that's been in
okay.
my family for like 100 years too. I think a relative from like the 1920s wants to chime in right now.
Oh my
So
god.
so um normally with the way how I've learned it is the first thing you need to do is become SAG signatory, and then you raise money for a teaser, and then when you shoot the teaser, then you get the additional money for the actual motion picture, and then you bring it to you deliver it. People like Lionsgate, etc., watch it and they say, "Hey, this is a great movie, but it'd be great if you added this actor. Can you raise another $100,000 to pay this actor for 3 days to come in?" So we initially began filming in early September when I was basically trying some people out to see how they'd work, to see how they gel, just to shoot the teaser. I pretty much saw the team that I was willing to take into actual production. We were supposed to go into production in October, but then Hurricane Ian set us back. It actually destroyed a lot of our sets, etc. So it took us a good 5 months to have the sets where we were filming. We shot a beautiful home on the water of the Gulf of Mexico and other facilities that needed to be repaired. For instance, the luxury home we filmed is owned by our entertainment attorney, and just the week prior that we began filming in March, he just had his air conditioning redone. He
Oh,
just had his house painted, and he just the house was just pretty much operational, livable, within the past week or two of us filming. So we did the initial principal photography in September, and then we completed Florida in March because we had the setback from the hurricane. To tell you the truth, the setback from the hurricane was very good for us because it helped us reorganize our team. We pretty much knew who we were going in with, and we actually had to write the script to our capabilities, to where the script actually came out better, to where we found out, okay, well, we were supposed to film here, but that building was destroyed, so we're not having that. We were supposed to film on this luxury yacht, but that luxury yacht is now, part of a highway in southern Florida, so we're not
it's a
filming
mile
there.
long.
So when we actually rewrote the script to what it is now, it actually came out better than the original, if you ask me. So I don't know if it's fate or destiny or whatnot, but it's a lot of things are just falling into place for us. I'm very fortunate to be in the situation. Well, the team's very fortunate to be in the situation, and we pretty much know what we have, and we are, we're doing the necessary drills, the necessary rites and passages to seeing this through, and hopefully, bringing this to something like LA Scream Fest, NYC Horror Fest, not only being selected but potentially winning. So that's the main goal.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
It'd
yeah, you bet
be
your butt it
awesome
would.
to get you get your project into Screenfest.
Oh yeah.
It'd be phenomenal. So
Um, and hey, they follow you, so if you have any help, if you have any friends, let us know. I'll say it right now. If you can help us, get in. I see an EP credit coming your way, Norm.
I'm just a lowly film critic and website owner.
I hear you, but hey, you know what? You may say that to yourself, but NYC Horror Fest and LA Scream Fest follow you. So, according to them and according to me, you're a lot more. So, thank you for having me.
Well, you're welcome, but you're the one making the movies, and that's a miracle in itself. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, it's really it's a lot easier when you have the right people. I have a business background. I'm also a veteran, so I know how to recruit the right people for the right jobs. It's all about teamwork. And I know this may sound corny, but in college, I played sports, and in the locker room it had the word team, and it was an acronym for together everyone achieves more. When I was like 20 years old at the time, walking around half drunk, I'm like, well, that's the stupidest thing in the world. But the more you mature, the more in adulthood, especially in the business world, you realize that just one bad apple can screw things up, and everyone needs to be together. When you have synergy, you can do a lot. Like, for instance, one day, the past shoot in Florida, we shot 14 pages in one day,
Wow.
and that's kind of unheard of in film. Now, granted, we had two cameramen. We had two units, the way how I say it. So we had two active cameras at the same time. And since we were filming on a luxury home, it was very simple because we'd be setting one shot up, say in Chris's arcade. He actually has an arcade in his house, to where when we finish that shot, I walk 50 feet over to, say, his piano room, to where that's set up. Then, like, when we're filming, when unit one was filming, unit two was setting up. So you see how I'm saying? That's how we designed it. So, okay, there's a scene there. Unit one's filming in the bedroom. Right now, unit two setting up in the grand room. So we finish there. Boom, I walk downstairs. The actors are there. All the blocking is done. Boom, we go. Then I go and see unit one in another part of the house. So
Yeah, it's
Chris Ligman's house was huge in terms of us covering the type of ground that we did.
It sounds like you said, everything came together.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're hoping to release in October 2023. You're doing some pickup shots in Washington D.C. and in Los Angeles.
Yep.
And ping me when you're out and say hello. Um,
I will.
but like,
If you want to stop by set in LA, by all means do so.
yeah, I'd love to. You let's see here. Are there some things that you said you've done a few films? And
Mhm.
are there any bits of advice for other indie filmmakers out there in the trenches just trying to shoot their movie?
Yeah, and I said that earlier. The first thing you need to do is you need to be SAG signatory. That's the first thing. That old saying, it all starts with a great script. That's the biggest bullshit you ever hear. Okay, it's a business. It's like anything else. You and I can have the greatest meatball recipe in the world, okay? But unless we start a restaurant, you know, McDonald's or a big company's not buying them from us. You need to have the business plan, and you need to sell your meatballs and your burgers at an actual business. So the first thing you need to do is that you need to get a good attorney, you need to form an LLC, and you need to get that SAG signatory stamp. That's it. You have to look at it from the business side of things, because what I notice is a lot of creatives who are writing scripts, they want someone else to do the work for them, and it doesn't work that way. They need to go out and form the LLC. They need to go out and hire the attorney. They need to go out and pay the SAG bond to get that SAG stamp. Once you do that, everything seems to fall into place.
Interesting. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. So, whenabouts do you think you'll be out in LA and in Washington?
Washington, like I said, everything's up in the air right now. We have a lot going on right now, and it's good stuff. We got selected into a festival already, so we are looking to give a rough cut to be in a festival that takes place in May.
Oh, which one?
As it stands, say that again?
Which one?
The Fort Myers Film Festival.
Fort Myers? Okay.
Yeah, it's a hometown festival because most of the characters we shot at Fort Myers, and a lot of the characters are from there. So they said if we could get something ready for them by May, they would let us in. So I'm very happy with that. So right now, we're looking at filming in DC in about 2 weeks. We may or may not have an actor available that week, so we may have to postpone it. We'll figure out within the next week or so if we'll be filming in April in DC. I originally wanted to shoot in LA in April or May, but the major big name that we're looking to add on, they're going to be filming throughout the entire month of May. So June. But ultimately, here's the deal: no matter what happens, no matter what people's schedules are, the show must go on. We're going to find a way of delivering this to Jared Safier, and then having him bring it to all of his stops at Lionsgate, Netflix, Hulu, etc., and take it from there. So no matter what, we are, there are some people that we want to have in this movie, But if they're not available, then they're not available, and we just need to do what we need to do to get this delivered and get this in front of the right people to get us that bigger distribution deal.
Well, I mean, it worked for Raiders of the Lost Ark. They wanted
Yeah,
Selleck, and they got Harrison Ford. So there you go.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. No,
so
I
so
hear
goes
you. I
on.
hear you. So I mean,
Very good.
I'm so yeah. We kind of had that already. I'll tell you a good story about this. I can say it all now. That everything's good with our the first choice for the serial killer was Sean Whalen. Okay,
Mhm.
and that's who we ended up getting. When I first called his agent, there were some red flags. Okay, so I was thinking to myself, you know what, maybe we're better off casting Zach Galligan. And we were negotiating with Zach Galligan for a while. Then Zach Galligan just totally flaked on us.
Oh,
So then we went back to Wayland, and the second time that I talked to Sean's agent, he was much cooler. I was
mhm.
like, okay, we can do this. So it just happened, to where when I was writing the script, I was thinking Sean Whalen. It was just one of those things. Like, I know Sean Whalen because I've met Sean Whalen on the like horror con. So I met Sean Whalen in 2016 at ScaraCon, New England.
Yeah.
We had a lot of the same mutual friends, and I always liked him. He's a good guy. I was like, Sean's a guy that I can work with. Sean is a low drama, very talented person.
Mhm.
And so I wrote the part pretty much for him. And like I said, things just, didn't, there just wasn't the alignment when I first spoke to his reps. And then, like I said, we started talking to Zach Galligan, and I pretty much figured, yeah, Zach can do the role. And I like Zach, but it just, I like I said, it just, Sean was the guy who did the part in fate. Like, there's two things people can't escape in their life: fate and destiny. Sean was meant for this role, and things just worked out. Like Zach Galligan, he was interested, but he wanted to go to Ireland, and then just other things like just so many. It's like Chris Ligman says it all the time. Our production attorney, producing a movie is basically controlled chaos,
Mhm.
and just casting the serial killer was that, because I mean we must have had 30 phone calls between Sean's reps and Zach's reps. And then in the end, Sean just came through, and he knocked the roll out of the park. The pivotal scene, the serial killer scene where he has one of his victims on a table and he's mocking her right before he executed her. He nailed it on the first take. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was ready to tell my director of photography, okay, that's it, we have what we need, but you never do that. I just did two more for safety for the hell of it. But I'm watching on the monitor, and I was like, and it was just crazy. I was thinking to myself, my God, I wrote this. I
Mhm.
wrote this. This comes from my mind. And what he's delivering on screen right now, like, he was only like, 15 to 20 feet in front of me when we were filming it. So I see him in the foreground, and I see the monitor. I'm looking at the monitor. As I'm looking at the monitor, what I'm saying is I wrote this. This came from my mind. The way how this guy's delivering this material right now, he's freaking me out, and I wrote this. So imagine what it's going to be like to a viewer who didn't write it. So
Who's
I'm very happy with
completely
Sean.
unconventional. Yeah. Well, Sean's a great guy and
Yeah.
an immense talent too. So,
Oh, big time,
uh,
big time.
so he's
We're
super.
lucky to have him.
Yeah. Well, do me a favor, and when you're further along